The air was thick with the perfume of creation. Golden sunlight streamed through a canopy of trees older than memory, their branches heavy with fruit of every kind: fig, pomegranate, dates, and unknown fruits that shimmered with colors not yet named. A breeze stirred the tall grass and whispered secrets through the leaves. In the midst of this garden, Eden, stood Adam, the first man. His skin bore the bronze warmth of earth and sun, his eyes wide with the wonder of a world he was just beginning to know. He walked with unhurried steps, naming each creature that passed before him. From the lowly ant to the lion that brushed past him like a purring shadow. But even as he spoke and laughed with the animals, something hollow echoed in his soul. Companionship surrounded him, but not connection. The beasts listened, but they did not understand. Then one twilight, as the skies burned crimson and gold, a deep sleep fell upon Adam. And from his side, while the world held its breath, the Creator shaped Eve, flesh of his flesh, bone of his bone. She was not taken from the soil like Adam, but from him, his equal, his mirror, his companion. When Adam awoke, his eyes met hers, and for the first time, joy found its perfect home in a human heart. "This at last," he whispered, stepping toward her, "is bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh." They walked together through the garden, barefoot on soft moss, their hands brushing, laughter rising like birdsong. Naked, yet unashamed. Innocent, yet full of potential. The garden stretched around them, a paradise of freedom and trust. But at the center of it all, quiet and waiting, stood two trees. One bore the fruit of life, the other, the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil. And though the garden sang with peace, a whisper lingered in the shadows. The sun climbed high over Eden, and the garden stirred with life. Eve wandered among the trees, marveling at their beauty, her fingertips brushing soft petals, her bare feet silent on the mossy ground. The air was warm, fragrant, yet today it carried something new, a presence, unseen but near. She approached the heart of the garden, where the two trees stood, the tree of life, and beside it, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Its fruit gleamed with a strange, alluring luster, untouched. From the branches above, a voice spoke, not harsh, not loud, but smooth as silk and sweet as honey. "Did God really say, 'You must not eat from any tree in the garden'?" Eve turned. A serpent coiled lazily on a low branch. Its eyes gleamed with intelligence unnatural for a beast, its tongue flickering like a hidden thought. "We may eat from the trees," Eve replied, her brow furrowed, "but not from this one. God said, 'You must not eat it, or even touch it, or you will die.'" The serpent tilted its head, amused. "Greater than 'you will not surely die.' God knows that when you eat it, your eyes will be opened. You will be like God, knowing good and evil." The words struck her, deep and sudden. Her gaze returned to the fruit. It was beautiful. It was desirable. It held the promise of wisdom and something more: independence, identity, power. She reached out. Her fingers closed around the fruit. The garden held its breath. She took a bite. The taste exploded on her tongue, sweet, sharp, overwhelming. A strange fire ignited in her mind, and suddenly the world changed. The leaves were no longer just green. Her own nakedness, once a thing of innocence, now felt exposed, vulnerable. She turned, heart racing, and found Adam nearby. Without a word, she offered him the fruit, and he took it, and he ate. In that instant, a silence fell over Eden, a silence deeper than night. Then the shame came. They looked at one another with new eyes, not the eyes of purity, but of guilt. They scrambled for leaves, for cover, for something to hide their nakedness. And then, a sound. Footsteps. the Lord God, walking in the garden in the cool of the day. They ran. They hid among the trees they once named. Fear burned in their chests. "Adam," God called, "where are you?" His voice was not thunderous, not angry, just searching. Trembling, Adam stepped forward from the shadows. "I heard you, and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid." Greater than, "Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree I commanded you not to eat from?" Adam's voice cracked. "The woman you gave me, she gave me the fruit, and I ate." Eve spoke next, voice soft and small. "Greater than, the serpent deceived me, and I ate." Then came the judgment, not in fury, but in sorrow. The harmony of Eden was broken. The serpent was cursed to crawl and eat dust. The woman would bear pain in childbirth. The man would toil and sweat and struggle to tame the ground. The earth itself, once a garden, now bristled with thorns. And then, clothed by God in garments of skin, they were sent out, away from Eden, away from the tree of life. A flaming sword turned at the garden's gate, and cherubim stood guard, keeping the way back hidden. And yet, even as they walked into the unknown, a promise was whispered through the curse. One day, the serpent's head would be crushed.